So guys, I cover side hustles and ways to make money all the time on this channel. But you know what's equally important to making money, or perhaps even more important? Saving money. After all, you want to know where your money's actually going every single month so you can track your spending and reach your goals. And that's why in today's video, I'm sharing 6 of the best budgeting apps and tools you can use to track your spending and budget like a pro. If you want to avoid overspending and you actually want to reach your saving goals this year or in the next year, this is definitely the video for you. You're going to love these apps and tools. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so the first best budgeting app and platform I wanted to cover is called WalletHub. Now, WalletHub actually started out as a personal finance media company, and it still has tons of different guides that can help you build wealth to this day. But WalletHub now has an awesome budgeting app that's available for both Android and iOS. That's also called WalletHub. And really, guys, this app is packed with features that make it really easy for you to manage your spending, savings, investments, and even your online identity. And you can get started completely for free to get a feel of how it all works. Now, in terms of the budgeting side of things, WalletHub makes it very easy for new users to get started. And that's because you can sync your bank account with WalletHub to download all of your transactions and income automatically, so it's super easy to use. And don't worry, if you don't feel like connecting, you can enter all of this information manually instead. And from there, WalletHub makes it very simple for you to track your spending across different categories, which can be super helpful, at least I've found, in terms of spotting areas of potential overspending where you should probably dial it back a little bit. You also get really easy to read income and expense reports and great budgeting tools to help make sure you're keeping your spending on track. And honestly, WalletHub has tons of other features and perks that you can take advantage of as well. For example, there's free credit score and full credit reports that are updated daily. There's personalized money saving tips and an overall wallet score rating as well for your account. There's net worth tracking, there's a debt payoff planning system, and you can even get identity theft restoration and a dark web monitoring service to help keep your online identity safe. So yes, WalletHub is a budgeting app, but again, it's much more robust than that, and it has so many different dashboards and tools to help you track your net worth, your retirement savings, your debt payoff progress, and your overall spending and savings. And again, I like that you get this wallet score for your actual account that kind of gives you an idea of your overall financial health. And what also makes WalletHub a little bit unique that I haven't really seen in some other apps is that it combines budget tracking with credit monitoring, and it uses AI to basically come up with suggestions that can help you improve your credit score, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, what's also nice is that there's a 100% free plan you can use to get started with, and this has most of the features I just covered. You can also upgrade to WalletHub Premium for $3.99 a month if you want perks like transactions alert, a subscription management tool, ID theft restoration, dark web monitoring, and account sharing, which is really nice if you want to share your accounts with a partner or your spouse. Honestly, WalletHub is really one of the most comprehensive budgeting apps and platforms I've seen, which is why I wanted to start the video with WalletHub. And if you've been looking for a mint alternative or you're kind of lost and you don't know where to start, I definitely recommend checking out WalletHub, and I'll be linking them down below in the description if you want to check them out. All right, guys, and the second best budgeting app I wanted to cover is You Need a Budget, or YNAB. And really, YNAB is one of the most popular budgeting apps in the space, and it's particularly popular if you like the zero-based budgeting system. And so zero-based budgeting is a method where every expense in a budget needs to be justified and approved for each new period, starting from a zero base rather than starting on a previous period's budget. In other words, with zero-based budgeting, you basically have to assign every single dollar a goal. So there's no ambiguity, you know exactly how much income you have, and then you assign every single dollar a purpose within a given period. And so really, an app like You Need a Budget and this entire system is particularly good if you have a problem with overspending. And that's because this strategy forces you to be honest, and you have to assign every single dollar you make in income with some kind of goal. So there's theoretically no room for you to start overspending. YNAB is also a very simple app to use. It can automatically sync with your bank accounts to import all of your income and expenses, which is always really helpful. It has goal tracking and real-time updates as well, which I really like. And it also has extensive educational resources and workshops to help you become a better saver. And really, again, what makes this app unique is its adherence to this zero-based budgeting system. So if overspending is your kryptonite, if it is something you have trouble with, this could be the right app for you. Now, I will say the thing about YNAB and why it's not my personal favorite is that it's a bit on the pricey side, especially compared to options like WalletHub. At the time of me making this video, YNAB costs $14.99 per month or $109 if you pay annually. Now, there is a 34-day free trial, which I really love, so you can sign up, you can try it out before deciding to spend, but just keep in mind it is one of the more expensive budgeting apps out there. But again, if you're dealing with debt or you're really dealing with overspending and you're kind of looking for a new strategy, you could try out zero-based budgeting and use an app like YNAB to get back on track. All right, guys, and the third budgeting tool I wanted to cover in this video is called Empower. And Empower is actually formerly known as Personal Capital, so you might be familiar with it when it was known by that brand. And really, this is another super popular budgeting and financial wellness tracking platform. And really, I think Empower caters to people who want some basic budgeting help, but also want tools to help them track their investments and track their net worth. And so in terms of the budgeting side, Empower is fairly simple and rudimental. It has some basic budgeting features, like you can track your income, you can track all of your expenses. There are charts and reports to help you track your savings progress as well. So you can kind of get a quick snapshot at how much you're making and how much you're spending. However, Empower has tons of other features and dashboards that relate to your investments and your retirement planning. For example, Empower has a net worth tracker. It also has a very good investment tracking platform, and it also has a retirement planner where you can basically set your retirement goal and then monitor your progress towards that goal. And Empower has actually kind of become one of the most comprehensive net worth tracking tools out there. So if you're an investor and you have all kinds of different investments, including alternative assets, you can actually add them to Empower and track all of your assets and liabilities and total net worth in one central place. Now, if you're just starting out and you're not really investing or you don't have that many assets to manage, this is probably a bit less useful. But again, I think Empower is a very versatile platform and it's popular for plenty of different reasons. Now, in terms of pricing, in terms of the budgeting tools, everything is free on Empower, which I really love. The net worth tracker is also free, so you can sign up pretty quickly. You can start kind of adding your different assets and your liabilities, your income and your expenses, and get a nice overview of your financial progress. Now, you can also invest with Empower through its wealth management service. And this has a $100,000 minimum to actually join it and start investing through Empower. So this certainly isn't beginner friendly and it's not for everyone. But if you want personalized wealth advice and financial planning, you could do it through Empower. I also wanted to mention that Empower now has a new high yield cash account, which currently pays 3.75% APY at the time of me making this video. So again, you can track your spending and income, there's budgeting tools, there's net worth tracking tools, and then there's an investment side, and now there's a high yield cash account as well. Ultimately, I think Empower is best for very high earners or people who are investing a lot or who are aggressively planning for retirement. But again, I wanted to include it in this video because I do think it has a lot of very cool features. All right, guys, and the fourth best budgeting app I wanted to cover in this video is an app called Honeydew. And really, if you're trying to budget with a boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner, your spouse, or even just roommates you're sharing an apartment with some shared expenses, Honeydew is one of the best apps that you can use. And that's because a lot of traditional budgeting apps or strategies don't really make it that easy to share information and data with other people. They focus so much on privacy, they want to keep everything just to you, which is great, unless you want to actually share data with other people and budget as a team. And so Honeydew as an app has tons of different budgeting tools you can use. There's income and expense tracking, there's bill tracking, and you can also set savings goals. What I also like about the app is that you can set bill reminders. So if you're sharing bills with someone like utility bills or internet bills or things like that, you can set a reminder, both of you will get notifications, and you can make sure you don't miss the bill and suffer late payment fees. Honeydew also makes it easy to choose what information you share. So you can have shared accounts or you can have individual accounts and basically choose the different information you're sharing with your partner. What I also like about Honeydew is that the pricing is currently free. So you can sign up for free, you can try out the app, and it's honestly one of the best budgeting apps out there for couples, spouses, or just roommates looking to get on the same page with the monthly spending of the household. All right, guys, and the fifth budgeting app I wanted to cover in this video is called Copilot Money. And really, this is one of the newer budgeting platforms that's making a bit of a splash on the scene, so I wanted to cover it in this video. But just keep in mind that at the time of me making this video, Copilot is only available on Mac, iPad, and iPhone, so it's certainly not as friendly as these other apps. And really what makes Copilot Money unique and kind of its main selling point is that it's very AI driven, and it also has some stunning visuals. And so some of the main features you get when you use Copilot Money are AI powered spending insights. You also get tons of stunning visualizations, and you can even add widgets to your phone or computer home screen that basically show your income and spending, which I think is kind of cool. There's also subscription tracking, which I think is nice. So if you're subscribed to, 10 plus different services and you want to make sure you're not wasting money on services you don't use, something like Copilot Money could be quite useful. In terms of the budgeting side, there's also automatic expense categorization as well, which I always like to see because you can basically import all of your financial data and sync it with your bank accounts and then see the different categories you're spending money on. But in terms of what makes Copilot Money unique, it's really the customization capabilities and just how clean the UI is and how nice the visuals are. I mean, the fact that you can add widgets to your phone screen or your computer is quite unique. I haven't really seen that before. So if you want to monitor your spending and your budgeting in real time with these widgets, Copilot Money is definitely for you. Now, in terms of pricing, again, I'm not as big a fan of this platform because it's Apple only, first of all, but then pricing is also a little on the high side. At the time of me making this video, Copilot Money costs $13 per month or $95 per year, although there is a 1-month free trial, which is pretty nice to see. But yeah, if you're on Apple and you're a visual learner and you like customization and data and graphs, Copilot Money could definitely be for you. All right, guys, and the sixth and final budgeting platform I wanted to cover, it's not really a platform, it's more of an idea here, and that's to basically use Excel or Notion templates to handle your monthly budgeting. And so if you prefer the DIY route, you can always build your own budgeting template by using something like Notion, Excel, or Google Sheets. I've actually done this for years, especially when I was in college, and I basically used a simple Excel spreadsheet to track my monthly spending and income when I was a student and I was really trying to budget and stay on track. And these days, it's also pretty simple to get started. Like, you can just search for free Notion templates or free Excel budgeting templates online. You can find them on Etsy as well. You can find them all over the internet. So it's pretty easy to get a simple template that you can start using right away. Now, I will say the downside of this, especially in the long term, is that you can't sync this with your bank account very easily and just download all of your information automatically. And so over time, this means you end up spending time every single week entering data manually. So I think it's a good short-term option, but in the long run, using a budgeting app will probably save you a lot of time. But again, if you're really a DIY fan or you want 100% privacy and you don't like using applications, you could definitely consider making your own budgeting template. But anyways, guys, that does it for 6 different budgeting apps, tools, and strategies you can use to get your budget on track and to hit your savings goals. Like I said, I talk about making money and side hustles all the time on this channel, but really one of the most important things in personal finance is learning how to save money so you actually have money in the bank account and you're building real wealth over time. Now, hopefully at least one of the budgeting apps in this video works out well for you. Personally, my favorite right now is WalletHub. I think between the free plan and the very reasonably priced premium plan and just tons of different features and tools, WalletHub is really the best budgeting app out there right now. I'll be linking them down below, like I mentioned, if you want to try them out. But again, there are tons of different budgeting apps out there. There's ones in this video. There's other apps I haven't covered as well. And there's always the good old-fashioned DIY route you can try out as well. But yeah, those are just my suggestions. I'd also love to hear from you guys. Is there a budgeting app or strategy you love? Is there one you don't like? You can let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you think. That really does it for this one, guys, though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day and week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.